was your main reason for wanting to participate in the Reshape method?
I had weakness in my neck, sore lower back, stabbing pain in my right shoulder, just general pain. I would get fatigued very quickly. I had the clear to start exercising, and I'd started doing that for 2 weeks, and it was really hurting, and every day was getting worse, so I didn't know what to do, and I felt like I was making it worse every day and heading towards really hurting myself. I actually felt better before I started exercising.
Yes.
So,
and what kind of exercising were you doing?
I did a couple of body balance classes, and I couldn't even last 10 minutes, and they're things that I used to do regularly, so I was flabbergasted at my general deterioration. And I was just noticing, even when I went up the farm and getting in and out of the ute all the time, instead of just springing back to the ute, I was needing to haul myself up using the bar. Couldn't do anything.
Yeah. So what about the Reshape method kind of caught your attention? Because when you reached out to me, you were like quite adamant that this was the right approach for you.
I think I just stumbled across you on a Facebook page somewhere, and we had that initial call, and I was just at a point then when I was realizing that I needed help to go forward, because I didn't know how to rehab myself, and it felt wrong just to jump back into trying to do things, and it wasn't working. And I know it sounds a bit stupid too, Trace, but I was at a horse thing at the same time that was specifically about rehabbing horses. And I was thinking the whole time, I need to be doing this. I'm going home to do this with my horses, and this is what I need to do. Go back and fix. This guy is this worldwide bloke, and all he was doing was walking those horses. And I was thinking, I think I need to do the same thing.
Fantastic. Yeah. And what hesitations did you have about participating in the program?
Just spending money on myself.
Right. Yeah. Especially because you hadn't been able to work for 6 months, right? Or longer.
No, it was a huge decision. And I spent a few days thinking about that, but then I thought, I don't feel like I can move forward from this. So I think that I couldn't even see how I possibly could have done a day's work at that stage. So yeah, choices. I was sitting there thinking, you would spend this money quite accidentally on other things. Why don't you just commit and do it?
Amazing. I'm so pleased you did. So what 3 big positive changes did you notice from doing the program?
Definitely a very overall increase in my general fitness, and the level of fatigue that I used to hit, which was almost crippling, has gone away, because that would start kicking in by 10 o'clock in the morning, and I just fought that for the whole rest of the day, and it got worse and worse and worse, because your muscles start to brace, and the tightness, fighting through that to complete the day was awful. So that's amazing. And just feeling really confident, when you do something for yourself and you commit and you definitely see some results, the confidence and belief in yourself just is great.
Amazing. Okay, so you're feeling stronger, you're feeling fitter, you're feeling more confident. What's any 3 smaller changes that you've noticed?
Now what did I say? Look, I definitely noticed my posture is better. I remember talking to you that I was struggling to also just lose those few kilos I'd put on during the 6 months of inactivity. I had trouble shifting them, and funnily enough, my weight hasn't gone down that much, and I've done a really concerted nutrition program at the same time. But there's no doubt, it's been an interesting lesson. My weight hasn't shifted much at all. I'd be lucky to have lost a couple of kilos, but my shape has changed, and I've dropped 3 sizes in my jeans. You remember I said to you I couldn't even get into my riding jeans?
Yes.
I'm a size 29 in those jeans, and I couldn't fit into them. So that makes me a size 30 at least.
Yes.
And I'm in my 27s now easily.
Wow.
So I don't, although funnily enough, they're tight now in different areas. They're tight in my lower leg because I must have put on a lot of muscle down between my knee and my sort of thigh hip.
Yes.
Mm.
Amazing. Amazing. And so what are you most proud of?
Oh, just committing to something and doing it every day, even when it got really, really tricky. And it's really easy to just think, I don't have time for this today, and I've got kids stuff and everybody else's stuff. But just it feels really good to have done something and committed and get such a really good result from it.
So what was the one thing that you know now that you didn't know before?
Oh yeah, like the whole walking thing did it for me. I used to hate walking. I hated the first few weeks of walking. I didn't like it at all. I love walking now. I walk every day without fail, and I have used it. This last week has been horribly stressful, and probably my anxiety has been the highest it's ever been for the last 10 years. And I've used that walking, and I've known that I need that walk to help me with that anxiety, because you breathe better and
Yes.
I feel better, and I get out, and my head's my own, and there's a significant shift and change in me, and I'm craving that walk because it's helping me. I didn't realize that before at all. Never would have thought of walking. I would have opened a bottle of wine.
And what was your biggest aha moment in the program?
Oh, I remember writing this one. So last week, one of my little goals was to get back on my horses, and I've got a friend in Tasmania I haven't seen for 2 years. We brought him over and we ran a horse clinic here. One of my goals was to be able to participate in that in some small way. And I felt good. So I took all my horses down there and hopped on thinking, how's this going to go? I've been able to ride much at all. And it was fabulous because I did the 4 days and I didn't do a little bit. I rode all day.
Wow.
And just so many aha moments, like so many, my horses feel different. They're going differently because I'm sitting differently. My body feels different. And even he said, you know, I don't know what you've done, Nice, but he said most people I see would have lost their confidence after an accident like yours and they wouldn't be back. And he said, you're actually back better than ever. So that was a real like, yay, yay moment. No, you know, it's a bit silly, but
it's not silly at all. It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah, it is, because it's such a big part of my life and my mental well-being, and it's everything for me. So
absolutely,
that was great.
Yeah, no, that is not silly at all. That is amazing, right? And then that goes into the next one. Have you experienced any other benefits, body, mind, or soul as a result of doing the program?
Yeah, I don't think it's pride. It's not a good word for it, but just that that nice feeling, especially as you get older. I think it increases usually, that I can do this. I can do anything, actually. I'd break it down, little steps, one foot in front of the other. You know, whatever I need to do, I can do, and I'll get wherever. Like, the sky's the limit, and it's nice to have that affirmation that I can commit to something and do it. And it's actually, it's not that hard. It's not that overwhelming. You just do one day at a time. What do I need to do by lunchtime today? What do I need to do tomorrow? What do I, those little steps. And I've always been like that. I always like setting a big goal and putting a bar right up high and working towards it. But this was, probably a little bit more significant because, like, it's a really big smack in the face when you have an accident like that and lose that much strength and muscle and put a bit of weight on. And you can really see how people get stuck there. And it's the beginning of the downward slide. I had so many of my girlfriends say to me, just buy bigger jeans, Niece. We all do it. We all hit this age. And I was like, oh, bullets. I'm not. No way. I've battled with my weight my whole life. And I know for me that would be the beginning of the downward slide again. And I'm just not. There's no actual reason that I need to buy 3 or 4 sizes bigger. How about I just get back into what they were before? I was perfectly happy there. I wasn't struggling. So, yeah.
Amazing. So how did you feel the reshape method was different from any other kind of like attempt you would have made, right? What do you think it did for you that another program wouldn't have been able to do for you?
I think firmly went back and addressed the foundation and the base levels. And I'm a huge believer in that. But even in looking back, I was trying to just skip straight up to the top of that pyramid and get on with, I just get on a bike and go riding. And I truly don't believe anything's like that. You know, you need to go back and address all those weeks of just the gentle stretching and focusing on the little details, and so many moments of, I've done this so many times before. I've done body balance for a few years and but not the same, not concentrating on my alignment and the exact correct position and my feet and my hips and my breathing and all that stuff. So I firmly believe Reshape put me in the position of going back and addressing those things and focusing on getting those correct and perfect. And then all of a sudden the results, everything comes really fast when you go slow, you know, go slow, fast. All of a sudden it's all happening. So yeah, rather than trying to just skip all that foundation.
Yeah,